What's that smirk? What's that smile?
I'm very curious what this cold open is going to be. There's a lot of different ways that we could run with it.
Yeah. What are you feeling in your loins, in your soul?
We can go topical.
Today we will be talking about politics.
That's right.
And only politics.
Springfield, the people are turning yellow. They're working at power plants. They got spiky hair. I'm just saying. No one's talking about it, though.
Hey, Panthers, Jaguars, Bengals, Lions, those are cat teams. I think you need to worry.
All of them lost except the Lions.
Need to worry. They might be getting eaten. Your mascots might be eaten.
Hey, the one's a bear, though. That's what Robbie Anderson said. I remember it's the Panthers. That's a bear. That's a bear mascot, remember?
That's right.
We wrapped it back. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. Yeah. Did you upload the podcast from Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I completely forgot. So you know what? I'm proud of you, buddy. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I set an alarm to remind me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Let's go.
11 my time in case I haven't uploaded. Dude, I've been uploading every podcast. So this is a great way to say, guys, if you want to listen to GPS, we've got links in the description for the podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple, iTunes, or whatever the fuck it is, and go give it a rating. I think we got like 100 and something ratings or whatever. Give them the 5 stars, give them the reviews, but we are here for your ears. And also, we're 400 subs away from GPS Clips hitting 20,000 subscribers. So I think by the end of this episode, we can get to 20,000 subs for GPS Clips. Johnny Barks, who helps Tom edit videos, he helps me edit videos. He runs GPS Clips. He uploads there. So the better that channel does, the more money Johnny Barks makes. So go support Johnny by subscribing to GPS Clips. Also, if you just don't want to sit through Tom and I for a full hour, you're like, you know what? You guys really only got about 3 minutes worth of something valuable.
I was going to say 20, but 3, you know what? 3 is fair.
Yeah.
3
That's
is fair. Hey, there you go. Going close to Denver. How you doing, buddy? A lot to talk about. Of course, we can break down Monday Night Football and Aaron Rodgers' second debut, which went better than the first. It went very, that's progress, babe.
Yeah.
So while we were streaming, we were counting how many snaps. You know, we were like 1, 2, and then he only went 3 and out, so we had to wait again.
Yeah.
The fourth one was a fumble. It was like he technically hasn't survived 4 snaps yet. So
yeah, and the fourth snap was a fumble. Yeah. Like Jets fans being happy with a lost fumble on the 4th play because it was so much worse the year before. That's how down Jets fans are. Oh, if the Panthers beat the Chargers this week, that'd be insane.
That's a hot.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's kind of funny. Like, I think the Chargers are what the Panthers want to be this season. Like, Jim Harbaugh came out. They ran the ball. Dave Canales and the Panthers, they invested in that offensive line. They want to run the ball, but they didn't.
Doesn't matter if you have 1 ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Yeah. I was bullied on Monday night. I don't even remember what it was. I think Monday night now. When I was streaming, they are now calling Herman here Jared Goff, and I don't appreciate that.
Your chair is Jared Goff?
Yeah, he is not. No, he is not. He's not. He is not.
Dude.
No. But I said if we hit 1 million subs by the Super Bowl, I'd get a Lions jersey and put it on the back for Jared Goff for an entire year.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I said if we get 1 million subs by Sunday, I will just cover the Bills instead of the Broncos for the rest of the season.
That might work out in your favor.
I said $2 million, and I'll do the Chiefs.
That'd be pretty great. You just become a full-blown Chiefs channel, and Cole is like, "What the hell, man?" You're just like, "How about them Chiefs?" Yeah. Honestly, that'd be worth the price of admission just for 1 year.
Yeah,
like one season, you just cover a random team, and you have that passion, like die hard. That'd be hysterical.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be a winner.
I'm upset about this. What the hell, man?
So
Justin Fields? We were supposed to get... That's why they made it week 2. We were supposed to get Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. This is a bunch of bullcrap.
Dude, as soon as his cap stuff started happening, I'm like, oh, God. They're going to rob me, aren't they? They're going to take away something that we wanted to see. And I don't even care like if it was like the Broncos lost or the Steelers lost this game. Like, I just wanted Russell Wilson versus the team that gave up everything for him, and just to see how it shook out. Because the Steelers' defense looks very, very good.
Yeah, DJ Watt.
Justin Fields, the offense looked not good. I don't think they would look better with Russell Wilson. You saw Justin Fields' passing chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this giant middle of the field that's not utilized.
Did you see Aaron
And you
Rodgers?
can swap out Russell Wilson, and you're going to get the same passing chart. So credit the Steelers for calling the game the same way for either quarterback, because I think that's important.
Yep.
I think your backup should be able to play similarly to your starting quarterback. Or your backup's got to be such a big change of pace guy.
Malik Willis, baby!
Defenses aren't ready for it. But
let's go. Hey.
Anyway. It sucks.
Speaking of eye patches in that profile picture and passing charts, you see Aaron Rodgers where he just was throwing to the left side of the field. He had the eye patch. Yeah, it's
all to the right. Okay,
we're good. Let's talk about the Jets 49ers.
Let me bring up another Aaron Rodgers thing that it gave me an LOL, Tom.
You ruffled?
I lolled. Is Zach Wilson better than Aaron Rodgers?
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's start the debate right now.
Come on, puppy. So
it's the same stat line, except Rodgers had one fewer completions and more passing yards, and a lot of those passing yards came on a free play. So this is just so funny to me. It's so funny. And they lost, too. They lost to a good team.
And it's this weird thing for, like, Jets fans, too, because Saleh said this afterwards. He's like, I'd rather be 0-1 this year than 1-0 last year, because they actually won the game last year.
Yeah.
And it's like this weird, like, okay, Rodgers was healthy. He threw a touchdown, but we just kind of suck. Yeah. And, like, there's a few things. First of all, their run defense, in which you saw no CMC, but Jordan Mason had himself a night. And I was talking about this all during predictions and all last week about that was the one weak point of that Jets defense last year was that run defense. They had no real pass rush. They are missing Hassan Reddick. If only they could, I don't know, work out a deal with a guy who has 11 sacks almost everywhere he goes. Sure. Right? That one. And then I will say the heartbreaking thing for me, because Rodgers could still sling it. Like, you saw the velocity on the ball. My man can't move. He can't. Like, he's very, very stationary in the pocket now. And it's like, it wasn't
You saw that with Kirk Cousins, too.
Yeah.
It's like both of them had the same injury, and both of them are older men who are struggling to find confidence on their Achilles.
Yeah.
That's very and the Jets got to be able to run the football.
Correct. They did not run
it well. And you mentioned pressure. I don't know if it finished this way, but it was very late in the game, and the Jets had only generated 2 pressures on Brock Purdy. Trent Williams, I know, finished the game without giving up a single pressure. And the Jets' defensive front is kind of what made them good defensively over the last couple of years. Franklin Myers is gone. They've got Reddick sitting on the bench. Their front office is deserving of any criticism they currently get. Both of the Jersey front offices right now, the Jets and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking at like Joe Shane and all the guys gone contributing in other places right now for the Giants. it's comical. It's comical.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, like I guess if you're a Jets fan, you're happy Rodgers made it through the game. You saw some flashes from him. You think it's just about getting comfortable, but they can't run the ball too effectively, and their offensive line doesn't look great. Now Rodgers is going to make them look, and Rodgers is going to make that line look a little better by getting rid of the ball quickly. Identifying like he's going to know that as well as anyone. Seeing him do the free play was nice, though. I'm not rooting against Rodgers on the field because when he deals, when he slings it, it's fun to watch, and that's my number one preference. So I hope they figure it out. I do. I just don't know if it's going to happen quickly for the Jets.
Well, I think it's, again, the QB play is going to be better than what it was last year. And I know we're talking about the Jets. I just saw I called him unprofessional. That was annoying. I didn't see that.
Oh, something about he got an eye injury and he said they were unprofessional.
Yeah. Said him gave unacceptable treatment.
Where were they going? Like, how many fingers am I holding up? And then he guessed wrong.
And they're like back-to-back Super Bowl winners.
You can't see. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
This is what I want to talk about as well, is because a lot of it's like talking about the failures or the inadequacies of the Jets. But the 49ers played like perfect football.
Yeah,
in which
they played good.
They no CMC. There was a point, and it was like late in the third quarter, where the time differential, I think it might be the early fourth quarter, that would make sense, where the time differential was like around 30 minutes to 15 minutes for time of possession. Like, they dominated the clock. They had long, sustained drives. They were like 7 minutes long. They ran the ball really, really well.
Yeah, I think I saw a thing about Jordan Mason causing the most forced missed tackles this week. It was like 13 or something. So he played well. He played very good in place of an injured Christian McCaffrey, which is nice because now the 49ers don't have to rush McCaffrey back, right?
Correct.
And he's got Achilles tendonitis or some shit. He's having a calf issue as well. And we talked about it last year with Joe Burrow. It felt like the Bengals rushed him back from his calf injury. He was never right. And it's the same thing with Russ. If Russ has a legit calf injury, you don't want to rush back from that because it sounds lame. It sounds like insignificant, but I think it's just one of those injuries that if you're dealing with, got to let it heal. And the 49ers now have the luxury of letting Christian McCaffrey get fully healthy because Mason played so well. And they didn't get scared to get away from their game plan. He still had, it was like 28 touches, 28 rushes in that game?
Yeah, he had a ton of carries, yeah.
Yeah. Go look at all the dumb teams who lost who didn't fucking establish the run.
Sure.
With young quarterbacks or inexperienced quarterbacks.
Stick to it. Dude, the game, like you said, the game plan was flawless, in which it was control the clock.
Actually, you said that, but yes.
And no, you're talking about like they didn't get away from their game plan. But it was more of like Rodgers, they barely threw the ball. Like you have Aaron Rodgers, and you're not slinging it. So I think that's one. They couldn't establish the run, so the offense didn't look good, and the defense just wasn't good. So the 49ers are like, okay, well, if you're not going to stop the run, here you go. Like, we're just going to keep on. Like, this is how we're going to beat you, and unless you adjust, the 49ers didn't have to adjust all night. They're just like, nope, we're just going to run the football. We're going to pass it when we want to. Brock Purdy made a couple of like throws that were whatever, but played flawless football. Like, they looked like the Lions on that overtime drive, right? Just basically just the entire game. We're just like, we're just going to march down the field. And the efficiency was just really, really cool to watch because it's like, damn, like, all right, they are the better football team tonight because the Jets have no answers for their ground game.
Yeah, it's like San Francisco looks good. And you got to credit to like Kyle Shanahan for always just having that team ready to play. And if they just stay healthy, they're going to be very close to going back to the Super Bowl this season.
Sure.
That's like not an overreact. And the Lions offensive line, they're going to be in a position to win a lot of games because of their line.
Yep.
And they're going to run the ball. Like they're going to do what they do well.
True.
Be the uncool state.
I saw that on Twitter
because Batman for 15 years for getting too many ladies.
Adam West, that was like he got banned from Aspen because he kept hooking up with everybody.
That's hilarious.
Adam West, that's Batman, baby. That's Batman. Come on now.
More like
Come on now.
Lady Catwoman, man.
But yeah, 49ers looked really, after last night, I was like, man, I really want to see the 49ers against the Lions again. Like, I really want to see that matchup. Like, let's go. Like, let's just see two NFC teams like duke it out. And before we get into like other stuff, would it not be the most Bengals thing ever that after sucking against the Patriots, they go into Arrowhead and either beat the Chiefs and or it is the closest game?
They play the Chiefs this week? I didn't realize
the Chiefs
that.
This week, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, doing that week 2. Well, because they missed out on it last year because it's supposed to be, I think, New Year's, right? And, Burrow was hurt, so.
Yeah, if they just light them up, that would be nice.
Perna's getting ready for the parade. He's getting ready for the parade. Dun, 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 dun,
The Chiefs will not three-peat. I'm not coming to the parade unless I get my 10,000 signups. You know the deal, Sean. I already told you that, Sean. Coming to the parade out of my own good will. Oh, yeah, I got to watch Coach still. Good God. That feels like an eternity ago, and that wasn't even a week ago.
It's true. Got to believe.
One more thing that made me laugh.
Tell me.
That really made me ha 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 ha. Max speeds reached. I was like, oh, cool. AD Mitchell, fast. Xavier Worthy knew that. Brian Thomas had a hell of a game. Just the fat threshold for Keenan Allen. That caught me off guard. I was like, okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice. You got it in there. Because if you don't know, everybody was clowning Keenan Allen, saying he put on 30 pounds or some shit this offseason, that he was weighing like 240 or something. Top 10 in speeds reached. Also, he dropped a touchdown, but
he did.
The fat threshold got me.
Also, the Marvin Harrison Jr., like that, we talked about this on Monday, and I know that he was wide open on one of those passes and Kyler just missed him, but he's going to fix our offense right this second. However, they're playing the Rams this week, and the Cardinals are at home.
Ooh.
Rams a little banged up right now.
Especially up front, right?
I'm just saying, maybe.
That'll be an interesting game.
Van Ginkel is just that guy. Van Ginkel.
Yeah, Rip Van Ginkel.
He's sleeping.
Didn't he name his kid Rip? What did he name his kid?
He should have if he didn't.
Andrew Van Ginkel son.
Oh, here we go.
Ripken. He named him Ripken. That's
Close
right.
Enough.
Hell yeah.
It's a good question.
Are the Commanders better than the Eagles? They might be. Let's see how the Eagles play when they're not on a slip and slide storm.
Well, I mean, they still won, even though being on the slip.
As soon as Jaden Daniels learns to throw the football, they're going to be very good, guys. They're going to be very good.
Hey, Jaden looked like the best rookie QB of last week. So, just saying.
Hey, look, every rookie had something they did okay on.
Yeah.
He rushed for a couple touchdowns.
It's something.
Which is nice. Like, Josh Allen rushed for 2. He also threw 2.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's true. They get the 4th rounder. Because if he plays, was it 75% of the snaps or 60%? Whatever. I forget what the exact number is. But just saying. So, oh, no. CJ, hope that foot feels better. Oh, no.
How'd you do that already this morning?
I woke up and I kicked things. Oh, yes. So that's other news. So Matt LaFleur, this is a little bit of a
gamesmanship.
So Jordan Love not going on IR. Malik Willis is planning to be the starter. However, LaFleur said in his press conference, he was like, if Jordan's not ready to go. And everyone was like, if? Okay. So I imagine it'll be Malik Willis on Sunday against the Colts. You're going to have Sean Clifford called up to back him up. But it is optimistic, my friend. Like,
no, it's not optimistic for what LaFleur thinks of Malik Willis.
No, that's not great. But like 2 to 3 weeks, like
again, I think that's what it's about, right? It's like if he goes to the IR, it's 4 weeks guaranteed.
Yep.
they think he can probably be back after the third. So
correct.
That's
So
what that is, I would imagine.
he might come back during at the Vikings game, because right now they're playing two AFC South teams. They're playing the Colts and then they're playing the Titans. So we might see the Malik Willis revenge game, right? And everyone will be rooting for that. But
yeah,
dude, I'm just saying that is good news. That's
very good.
The fact that we're even talking about, there's a chance he play. And again, the Packers are so conservative when it comes to injuries. Like, they're not going to let him play, especially when they just gave him $1 cajillion.
Yeah.
But
if they get cursed again this week, I won't feel bad. If
that doesn't work, just like the all due respect, and you just
with all due respect, you're
no
a
disrespect.
fucking idiot.
No disrespect.
But respectfully. Yeah.
That's
Tree?
the biggest loss, honestly. That Tree and Perna, we're not going to see Russell Wilson duke it out with the Broncos.
I don't even want to stream with Tree now.
It's wasted.
It's a
gone.
waste.
It's honestly disappointing.
I said the NFL should flex this game until Russell Wilson declares he's healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just flex week 2.
Yeah. Somebody said Russ injured his calf pushing a sled. I don't know if that's true, but it would be the most Russell Wilson. I gotta look it up now. That can't be true. There's no way he was out there hitting a sled and he injured his calf. I respected the joke. Now I gotta look it up.
I gotta see.
How
did Russell Wilson hurt his calf? It's just disappointing. Hey, yeah, look, I'm rooting for Darnell Savage. I hope he plays well. I hope he does.
Okay, it says during a conditioning test.
You're welcome. Hey, it's true, but maybe the Packers can establish the run on the Colts, because obviously the Colts' run defense didn't look too good last week against the Strouds. So that's it. Yeah, I am curious if Rodgers, because Rodgers came out, I think he was on McAfee yesterday saying he's 100%, but he is going to get more comfortable week in and week out. I'm curious if he is just going to be a pure pocket passer, because it looked like he couldn't move. And that killed me, because Rodgers, especially prime Rodgers, could definitely use his legs to extend plays and stuff. And that was a staple of his. I mean, throwing those Hail Marys, right? Or all extending plays. And he just did not leave that pocket. And that was,
yeah, he's always been shifty. I think shifty is Rodgers, mobile enough where
he was our running back for a year.
Those plays a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, let's go, Turbo. Let's go. But yeah,
during
that's
the conditioning test. That's all I can get is conditioning test.
He hurt himself during a conditioning test?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
So he's probably pushing a sled.
Well, I don't know if that's part of the conditioning tests.
So it's just hey, let's see if you're up to shape. And Russell was not yet. Okay, are we talking about the Patriots starting 3-0? They got to beat the Seahawks. Yeah. He's been playing in New England, though. I mean, Perna, you just played the Seahawks. You think the Patriots could beat them?
Yeah, I think the Patriots can beat them. I'll probably take the Seahawks. Both teams are kind of leaning on their defense right now. Both teams have very good run games. You're asking about Geno or Jacoby. It's coming down to those two guys. And I think if you're going to pick one, I think Geno has more legit weapons to throw to right now, proven weapons in the passing game. But both defenses look good. I was impressed with Seattle's defense, so there, I said it. There, I fucking said it. Their defense was nice.
It's week 4, I think. It's right. That's the Vikings game, so we'll do Skullcast week 4.
Oh, right. You guys Skullcast it.
Well, this show is going to be Skullcast.
Oh, that's right. A Friday show. You will be a Vikings
show's got to be Skullcast.
You guys got to give me a lot of good Vikings things to say to Tom. Set him up so he has to talk, because he has to say nice things about Minnesota. So help me. Do some research for me.
Do the research.
I don't do my own research. I let you guys do my own research.
That's fair, boy. That's what? It's communal. It's communal. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, everyone thought the Giants were going to be great. There we go. Friday the 13th cut. But I don't think anyone thought that the Giants were going to be
No, nobody thought they were going to be
amazing.
Good.
Well, so what I said, because I did power rankings yesterday, was I basically said that the Vikings and Saints, I considered them like the same, because both teams going up, like they played really well, but they went up against teams that I think are going to be abysmally awful this year. So I was like, give me one more week of like seeing them play against some decent competition, and then we can start talking about the top 10. Because again, the Saints looked really good.
What I did with the Saints.
Oh God. Are we, Perna? Are we going to?
They are going to love it.
Will we? Hey, Danny Dimes, Broncos starting QB.
Oh, ha, 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 ha. Ha.
No.
Daniel Jones more likely to be the Steelers starting quarterback next year.
No. I do not think the Vikings are going to beat the 49ers. I do not.
Don't think they will, but they could. Yes, they could.
Good. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will.
Same thing. I hope
coming back down to earth, Minnesota this week.
Strouds light it up. The Strouds need to light it up. They need to do so. Listen,
Bears
everyone acknowledges this.
Bears need some offense, and they might be pretty good.
Same.
Or play Will Levis every week. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that would make things a little bit easier. Oh, yeah. So
great segue, Daniel. I was just about to bring this up.
There you go.
It was like you were in my head, Daniel. Get out of my head.
Again.
This is funny because not the accusations, obviously. But the only way for the Browns to possibly be able to get out of Deshaun Watson's contract, right? And this was what we talked about when they signed him, is if a new allegation.
It's a good question, Game.
Surfaced.
Sure. It's civil, not criminal, right? So, like, that's why he's not going on the exempt list.
Yeah, correct. So another woman is suing Deshaun Watson. This time for its sexual assault. And the first 26 it was sexual assault to sexual misconduct. There's a broad range there. So again, this is 27? There was like over 30, I think, and then like 4 or 5 of them were like thrown out, couldn't be part of the lawsuit, whatever. So this is 27.
Whoever's
the NFL Special Counsel for Investigations, Lisa Friel, who led the investigation the first time that resulted in Watson's 11-game suspension, is heading up this one as well. And so now we just wait. We wait. It's another thing after he played terrible.
Yeah.
And I think it was, pardon my take, said it. Deshaun Watson is actually a worse quarterback than he is a human. The bar was already low as a human. It's like
Barstool. They were debating that. I think someone was saying in the chat of like worse human or worse football player.
It's just like what I wanted to say is Kevin Stefanski wins Coach of the Year last year.
Steven Stefanski.
Sorry, Steven. Now I don't even know which his real name is anymore.
Can I tell you, over the summer, I had a moment where someone was like, "Oh, which name did they say?" And I was like, "Oh, Kevin." No, Steven. I literally was like, "I don't know." Now I'm gonna blur that line so hard.
And the problem is, there's Kevin O'Connell too. And like, am I confusing Kevin Stefanski with Kevin O'Connell? And it is Steven Stefanski.
Yep.
It's why does he get a pass in all this, right? Like. Right now, everybody's like, okay, the Deshaun Watson trade is the worst trade ever. Finally, now that Russell Wilson's gone and we forgot about him.
I mean, it wasn't really between Wilson, though. It was like the Herschel Walker.
No, a lot, like for the last 2 years, like Russell Wilson, worst trade ever. I'm like, it wasn't even the worst trade this offseason, guys. You know how many times I had to say that? But like the Browns taking a chance on this guy.
Yep.
This allegedly terrible person over and over and over again. Like, if this is a conspiracy, it is the most well-executed conspiracy ever, because it just seems like he is garbage. And the Browns gave him $230 million guaranteed, and now they got to live with it. I feel no sympathy for the Browns front office, their GM, or Stefanski for signing off on it. Like, in my opinion, fuck them both.
Ownership.
Like, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of Kevin getting a pass. He okayed that. And if he didn't, if he was like, I don't want this guy, and he comes out later and says that, I will apologize to Kevin.
Well, ownership has to take some, like,
yeah, ownership, GM, it's like all three of them.
But it's a mix of, if it was one or the other, right? Like, let's look at the Russell Wilson aspect, right? They gave up a good amount of draft picks. Sure. They gave him a big old contract, right? It wasn't fully guaranteed. This year is really not good. Yeah. The Browns could cut him tomorrow, and they're paying all that money, right? Yeah. For like the next 2 years after this. So that's one.
Their
so
dead cap gets insane if they cut him.
Yeah.
It's like over 100 in dead cap for a year.
The issue is, one, they're paying him a crap ton of money. And then two, the draft capital that they spent, it's 3 first-round picks, man. And considering how good that team is, like, the defense is good, right? Yeah. O-line is good. When Nick Chubb is back there, the run game is good. They have enough weapons in the receiving game. And you have such a performance. And again, kudos to the Cowboys. They have a good defense. But they weren't thrown past the line of scrimmage. Like, you are the amount of money, take even just the PR nightmare away from it. The amount of money, resources, and capital that you have wasted on bringing in a mediocre quarterback, and that is being kind right now. Yeah. That, from just a football operations standpoint, is horrendous. Not even talking about the absolute PR nightmare that it has been bringing in Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, the dozens and dozens of red flags.
Yeah. They were wearing rose-colored glasses. Yeah. They just looked like flags.
Yeah. And go read through the accusations on this new one.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Right?
They can't excuse it. And the fact that they are letting this guy play is ridiculous.
Again, it's a look of, okay, the Browns were willing to take the PR hit because whoever wound up signing for him and trading for him was gonna get bombarded with it, right? They took the PR hit because their thought was, if we get the Deshaun Watson of old, we're gonna win a Super Bowl. Because the way that he played in Houston, the way that he could move, we didn't have a quarterback like that. They wanted an adult in the room, right? Instead of Baker Mayfield. And
it was perfect week one. Just thank you, Baker. God bless Baker Mayfield.
That's it. They have to stop the run real quick. I want to address it. They have to stop the run if they want any hope. And then force Brock Purdy to throw. And like, Brock Purdy will be fine, but that's the way they do it.
Yeah. Continue. And the stat about Watson being 0 for 10 on passes of 15 or more yards.
Like, the deep ball, non-existent. And like, he had like a couple of nice throws, but even just the play calling was bad. There seems to be no trust there. He can't move the way that he was able to move. And you saw this last year. And it was kind of, I think at this point, it's not the Justin Fields level of, they're not comparable, of like, hey, this is it for him. Like, he's got to figure it out this year, right? If you say that like about Tua or Trevor Lawrence or what have you, there was, okay, he's suspended. We don't know. Okay, we saw him for a little bit and he's hurt. Okay, you got to hope, but like, all right, it's pretty solid as a starter. At least they won the games. And now to have that week one performance where Cleveland is booing him out of their own stadium, it is a horrible look.
I feel bad for Browns fans. I really
felt
do.
Bad, years ago.
Because they have no control over who actually is their quarterback. Like, they just had to accept it. You know what I mean? They just had to accept that their team traded for Watson.
Yeah.
What would be really funny, Tom,
bro,
is if, say, Deshaun Watson isn't playing for whatever reason. Don't give a shit. Browns trade. They give up a draft pick to bring Joe Flacco back. I know it can't be a first, but let's say they give up they have to give up a second or third to get Joe Flacco back. That would make my year.
Not being reactionary, is there a lot of people that wouldn't want Jameis Winston as the starter on Sunday?
Oh, I mean, sure.
Like, see what you got, but again,
don't look up Jameis Winston in lawsuits either. If you guys want to stay positive about Jameis Winston.
And again, they are missing Nick Chubb badly. badly. And like, again, there's some great players on the Cleveland Browns, and that team is a playoff contending team. It's just, bro, they don't have a quarterback. They legitimately don't have a quarterback, and they gave all the guaranteed money to one. They traded 3 years of their future for one, and it legitimately is. The Herschel Walker one but throw on the PR stuff, that I think that might put it over the top. I think it's in terms of just the way that it is gone, this trade is going to get people fired. This trade is going to be like remember when we had like a Super Bowl ready team and we just like dicked around for 3 years and literally decided to sell our soul and was like, okay, let's see if this works. And it backfired so bad. So bad.
Talk about your all-time backfires.
Yeah, it's a rough stop. Yeah, exactly. Trade with the Colts. Go get Flacco.
Bring back Flacco. Bring back Flacco.
But again, it's just Jared Goff. Jared Goff is on the Lions right now. That team is Super Bowl contender right now. Like there is Brock Purdy is on that. Maybe we'll see if it's Stefanski throw. But like you get a competent quarterback there, you're rocking. You're rock. I saw that Browns fans were saying that they think that Watson has created a burner account to defend himself on Twitter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did we talk about this on here before?
Which one?
Paper, rock, scissors. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, I think we did. And it's not paper. It's rock, paper, scissors.
Guess what? Guess who's in my corner? Ryan Fitzmagic, buddy. I'm not alone out there.
It's true, Shirley.
Paper, rock, scissors.
No, it's rock, paper, scissors.
And Fitzmagic.
It is rock.
Now it makes sense.
Look, even the first comment, correct order. In North America and the UK, it is known as rock, paper, scissors. Or scissors, paper.
There's no correct order.
Scissors, paper,
it's not a
stone.
law.
Who's even calling it stone? Is that the UK? Are you going scissors, paper, stone?
Papyrus, cutters.
I don't know.
Some people do scissors like that too.
Yeah, the acclaimed. Scissors me? No.
Paper, rock, scissors. It just
Colts beat the Packers on Sunday. Put them
paper,
in the top
rock,
10.
scissors. Anyway.
No,
Thank
I will
you,
not
Ryan.
put the top 10. No.
Since that's Ryan Fitzmagic, I also Harvard level intelligence. That's what that tells me. Where did he graduate? Harvard. Do I think like a Harvard grad? Yep. Now we got proof. Suck it.
Oh, that's a dangerous slope, Brandon Perna. That you have the mind of a Harvard grad.
Me thinks I'm Harvard material. Although Harvard only ranked as the 7th best college right now. Princeton at number 1.
Princeton coming in number 1. Where's MIT?
I was literally reading about that last night before bed.
Where's MIT? And still top 5, yeah?
MIT? Is that the Massachusetts Institute of Technology?
Yeah.
It's in I forget where that was ranked. It was in there.
Come on, Brandon. If you gotta bring up the rankings.
I saw Princeton as number 1, and I was like, all right, what do I got to do to get Carmela ready for Princeton?
Carmi's going to Princeton!
I've got greater expectations for her.
It's true. Because they need something to trash Jalen Hurts about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's week 1. All the overreactions are coming in hot. Piping hot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Football's back. Hey. Yeah, which one do you prefer? That's actually a good question before we get into Thursday night's game. Which nickname do you prefer for Bo Nix that is not a kind one? Is it Blow Nix? Is it Bo Picks?
Boner.
That doesn't even rhyme. Got the bow part, but...
You know how I feel about Bo Nix. I bless him. Probably Blow Nix because it's more offensive.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. I do want to talk about Thursday Night Football. We got the Buffalo Bills heading to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Tua, 1-6 against the Buffalo Bills.
Is he really?
Yes. 1-6.
I root for Mike McDaniel's 100 out of 101 times.
Yep. Mostert is out.
Yeah,
that's out. So that sucks. Worst contract. It's Deshaun Watson. It's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
It's Deshaun Watson.
Here's a good thing about Daniel Jones' contract, right? Daniel Jones got overpaid. but the contract itself is not that crazy.
Correct.
And the fact that like the Giants couldn't keep some of the guys they let go makes them look even dumber.
Mm-hmm.
Like they lost Saquon over a couple $1 million. Stupid. Watson, worst. Russell Wilson was bad, but we've moved on. We're on to different things.
Anyway, continue.
Watch that your mouth, Bailey.
It's rock, paper, scissors. Like it just is.
Paper, rock, scissors. Boom.
But so is it now divided? Now we're going to get back into this again. We were so close to getting into Thursday Night Football. Is it a regional thing? Is it
probably
right? Is that
probably
just how
big brain thing? Big brain people.
Yeah, it's not,
go paper first.
Maybe go
paper, rock, boom, scissors.
Is that what you say? Paper, rock, boom, scissors?
Paper, rock, boom, shaka, laka, laka, scissors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you learned growing up, though?
I guess.
Scissors, paper, rock.
I don't remember the first time I did a paper, rock, scissors, if I'm being honest.
Oh, it's paper, rock, scissors. Sorry. Everything's just wrong besides rock, paper, scissors, so I can't remember the incorrect ways.
There's got to be somebody out there who's like, I said scissors, rock, paper. Why does nobody else say that? Because you're an idiot.
Oh, that's bad.
I don't
That's
support
dumb.
scissors first. Any scissors first people out there might be a psychopath.
Well, I wouldn't say that. The winner is Baker Mayfield, and it's also the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans, benefiting off of that Deshaun Watson trade, they are now the Strouds. We're talking about the Texans as a Super Bowl contender, and all they had to do was get rid of Deshaun Watson. Took
Basically,
but they got him.
Think about this. This is how crazy the NFL is. Everything good that has happened for the Texans has happened because they didn't really want it to. They didn't want to get rid of Deshaun Watson.
No.
He started doing his holdout thing before all the accusations came out. And then they're like, oh, fuck, okay, we can get rid of this POS. Easy. Gone. They didn't want to win that game, and they did, and they settled for the second pick. Like, Nick Caserio is just like, oh, boy, did I get lucky, guys.
He's like, do I look
Because I might have been on the hot seat. Now I look like a genius.
Yep.
And now, once you have your quarterback, they're building. Joe Mixon looked great. Stephon Diggs, couple touchdowns. Nico Collins, they're set. But a lot of that stuff wasn't really even their choice.
Maybe.
They got all the draft picks.
That's fair.
They did the things. They moved up for Will Anderson. So, once those opportunities were forced upon them, they took it. Maybe we should be talking about Odell Beckham Jr.'s father. Putting out that Baker Mayfield anti-highlight reel, convincing Kevin Stefanski Baker was bad. Turns out Baker wasn't bad. I think Kevin got duped by OBJ's dad. After that highlight reel came out, it was like no more belief in Baker. Now look at him shine.
Well, I mean, again, didn't do really well, like in Carolina. Well,
it's Carolina.
Hold on. Do well in Carolina. However, got a head coach fired that needed to get fired. So,
yeah.
But someone brought this up. Well, I think it was at Monday. It was either during this or it was during the Monday night stream where someone was like, Baker needed to go through that of like going to Carolina, like not doing so well and stuff like that.
He had to do it.
Because when he signed with the Buccaneers after Tom Brady left, there were very few people that were like, oh, yeah, Baker's going to do really well there.
Yeah.
It was, all right, it's a stopgap. We'll see what happens. And then he had the season that he had, and he rightfully got paid. And so did Mike Evans. Like, Mike Evans is staying. And we thought that wouldn't have worked out. And now they're completing touchdown passes and having a great week one.
Yeah. So. Or maybe he didn't need to go through that. Stefanski's overrated. The Panthers are that bad.
Yeah.
And Baker was good all along.
This is you know what? Again, no, we were so close to Thursday Night Football. Perna, I have a legit question for you.
Okay.
Did you see this video of Daniel Jones like walking to his car? Like,
getting booed by the fans?
Getting booed and like stuff like that. I'm curious what your take is on that. I
mean, it's stupid. I said like I respect the effort that the fans put in, but it's fucked up. I would never do that. Like,
yeah,
I am, you're not so much this way, but like purposely overcritical of players to be like a little bit ridiculous about it.
To
right?
show like, hey, yeah, there's levity here.
I'll be very critical of guys I think are bad people. Deshaun Watson, boom, easy. I don't care about criticizing him. And when you're really focused on a guy's play, I think being very critical of the way the guy plays, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you as an adult are going to wait until after a football game to boo somebody in real life is pathetic. I think in the video I said, have fun going home to your no family and friends, because that's the kind of person who stays late to boo another human. They have nothing to go back home to. They got nothing to go back to.
I'm so glad I asked this question.
Yeah. Like a crowd booing when their team plays poorly. That's
you
fine.
paid for the ticket, right?
Like, to stay after, like, fuck off.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, it's more of when you're at the game, you paid for that ticket. You could boo your ass off the entire freaking game. You do whatever you got to do.
Because it's the whole team. The boos can't really be focused on necessarily. I mean, they can.
I mean, Deshaun Watson on Sunday. Those boos
they
were
can't be focused on
pretty targeted.
Fair enough. I regret what I said instantly.
You're like, you know what? Actually, but no. To your point, like, yes, but once it's removed from the game setting.
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, like, I'm gonna intentionally like go find this person, and like, it's just not necessary. It's like, yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, be disappointed in your team, be disappointed in the play, be critical of it's their job, and if they're not doing their job well, right, then absolutely it opens the door to criticism. And I think, fans have every right, especially because they're paying all that effing money and putting their time and investment and emotional investment into the game. They can let their voices be heard. It gets weird when you're like, oh, I'm going to wait for this guy to come out of the player entrance. I'm going to throw my phone up and I'm going to talk a whole bunch of
record. Give me $1 million. Give me $1 million. Yeah. Okay, guy.
Thank God. By the way. Thank God.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
It's weird. I don't know.
Until they have to. I think they go until they have to. 8 games, something like that. If you had your way, you don't even start him this year.
Plus, Daniel Jones, like, when it's a guy who just seems like very nice, then it's an even worse look. Like, what has Daniel Jones like ever said that's been like controversial or like?
He's handled it. I mean, again, can you be disappointed? 1,000,000%, you should be disappointed in Daniel Jones' play. He is not playing well. The amount of money that the organization gave him, I think they should be getting a lot more boos than Daniel Jones right this second. Just saying. Daniel Jones didn't get rid of Saquon Barkley. Nope, they didn't get rid of Xavier McKinney.
No.
So be disappointed, boo your heart out when you go to the game. That's what you want to do. It gets weird when you're tracking people down. It's weird. Well, look at the Bills. The Bills can stop for and not hit somebody when they're sliding and still get a flag. So either one. Germans use scissors, stone, paper. Yeah, that's
that checks.
That checks. I don't. That
checks.
wouldn't have been surprised if I was in Frankfurt or Munich and someone was like scissors, stone, paper. I was like, you know what? Yep. Okay. All right. I get it.
Yeah, you referenced was like there's it was Panthers Giants. That's the Germany game.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, what did Germany do to deserve this? And somebody commented, you know damn well what you did to deserve this. It's like that's an elite troll.
We're gonna get, because it's week 10, I think. We're gonna get to week 9, and if neither of these teams like have a win or have like one win, we're gonna have a serious talk of like, internationally, is this actually going to hurt the game of football?
Yeah.
If we send folks over there and go, you know what, we are gonna intentionally give you this game. Because I remember, and listen, when I went to the stadiums in Germany, they were so grateful. Like, Munich is so excited to host this game. And I looked at them and was like, Panthers, Giants, I'm so sorry. And they couldn't say anything, and they wouldn't, because again, a lot of gratitude there.
Sure.
But I was like, I'm just sorry on behalf of, because we know what we're giving you, and it's not good.
Yeah, the NFL had to know that wasn't going to. I mean, it might be a good game because both teams are bad. Here's a question:
Still Watson.
Which team do you think could turn it around? And by turn it around, I don't even mean be good or have a winning record. I mean, which team do you think can play some respectable football this year?
Giants.
Yeah, but like, it's like, how do we even? What are we basing it on?
I'm basing it off Daniel Jones can run. Like he can run a bit. The D line again, like maybe it's gonna play a little bit better. Maybe I like Brian Dable. I do think he's a good coach. But
you know what's?
Yeah.
It's funny though because well, I feel so bad.
Predictions dropping today
for Panthers and Giants fans, right? Where
yeah,
it's people like, Panthers look like they could have used Brian Burns out there. Why?
Yeah.
So you could be still as bad as the Giants with Brian Burns? Poor Brian Burns. Poor Brian Burns left the Panthers for the Giants.
He had 4 combined tackles. He had 8 sacks in 2023. He had 12 and a half in 2022.
No, he's good. He just went from one terrible situation to another.
Yeah, it's not a good situation.
He didn't get upgraded at all. Panthers might have actually won there. Like, all right.
But they didn't get a
go to the Giants.
Well, no, hold on one second. The Panthers don't win there because there was an offer of multiple first-round draft picks for Brian Burns, and they were like, no, we're not going to do this. And then they traded him for like a second. So they lost out on that one, too. You want to talk about a franchise who's just making mistake after mistake after mistake. I said this, like, the only way that things get worse for the Panthers, if the Browns just go, you know what, we're forfeiting for the next, 2 years. We're going to cut Deshaun Watson. And David Tepper goes, you know who I want to bring in? That's the only way that things can get worse right now for the Panthers. It's pretty bad. I hope they do well. Their fans deserve to, have some happiness, some reason to root for their team right now. And their team's just not giving them one.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think Browns, Panthers, and Giants, all fair for your teams to hit the panic button. You guys should all be panicking because I don't know if there's an easy way for any of those teams to get better.
It's, to answer that title, the Bengals, I am curious to see, how they're going to start. If they lose to the Chiefs, they start 0-2, but they've had these slow starts and, all right, if Burrow, T. Higgins comes back, all that stuff, they should be okay, but yeah, the Giants you worry about, but they already were, I think, anticipating to be one of the worst teams in the league. Panthers, it's, okay, let's just say you are the worst. Let's just say you finish first overall pick. Do you trust that organization to draft another franchise quarterback?
Yeah. And is there a franchise quarterback coming into this next draft?
Not a lot of people liking what Sanders said after that game this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Future QB contacts after these B2C guys make 45. Oh, yeah, it's just going to go up. 100%. Yeah. I mean, as the cap goes up and in 2025, it's supposed to be insane amount of money with all those TV deals and stuff. The cap is just going to continue. That's why the Dak Prescott contract, it's a lot. But what the hell is your alternative? You looked out week 1. You see how much crappy QB play there is out there? Yeah. And we're talking about expansions and stuff like that. My dude, there aren't even 32 starting quarterbacks right now.
No. And I think Dak deserves to be a quarterback who is paid top.
Highest paid player in NFL history because he waited.
Yeah. He deserves that. He earned it.
Not yet. But Dable, I think, it's pretty hot. It just, he inherited a QB situation that he didn't choose. That's kind of rough. And they also, them going to the playoffs and beating the Vikings, and he won Coach of the Year, that they overperformed that year. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
The worst thing that happened to them was
and now
Daniel Jones convincing them he's good.
They had high expectations heading into, or at least higher expectations heading into last year. That did not pan out. And then this year is not a great start.
And to be fair, okay, so Dan Jones didn't look good. Kirk Cousins didn't look good. Aaron Rodgers looked mediocre. All 3 of those guys coming back from season-ending injuries last year. I think one thing you got to give all 3 of those quarterbacks is a little bit of time.
Sure.
Just to be to feel good in their body out on the football field. If you want to actually be fair to those guys, and Cousins is in a new system, so that's also a factor there. which is why you would expect him to look a little bit worse than Aaron Rodgers. And his injury happened much later than Rodgers. So, all the memes and the joking and all that shit aside, like Jones tore his ACL. Those are 2 Achilles injuries.
Yeah.
Give it a little time. But like out of those 3 guys, the one guy who we were like, I don't know if he's actually that good is Daniel Jones. So
that's true.
That is true.
All right. Bills Dolphins.
Here we go. Thursday Night Football.
1-6 against them. Mostert's already out. Being played in Miami, you would hope that this was like a 1:00 game because that would really benefit the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They came back and they beat the Jaguars. I know there's some people who are upset. I didn't put the Dolphins in my top 10. I didn't. I know some people are a little upset about it. I get it. Yep, I get it. I put a little sneaky team in the top 10. But the Dolphins, I really want to see them come out and look better than their first half because they were not good. Yeah. But the Bills started slow too. Then they scored 21 unanswered and it was Josh Allen. I think they're definitely going to have to run the ball. We'll see what Achane looks like. I love Achane. But I don't know. Do you just lean back on the history now and just say the Bills know how to beat the Dolphins? Obviously, I
think history is kind of irrelevant. But I think the Bills are going to win
in football.
You
think Bills are going to win?
Greg Rousseau had 3 sacks week 1. Guess who else played well in that Bills game?
Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, he always plays well. Von Miller. Hey,
there you go.
Von, baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking a little more healthy, guys. And pass rush could be the difference for the Bills in that game. Josh Allen. I think Dalton Kincaid is going to have a better game.
All right.
I saw a clip of Kincaid being like triple teamed by the Cardinals defense. I was like, do you wonder why he only had 1 catch for 11 yards? And there's just like 3 Cardinals defenders around him. So, we'll see. I think the Bills are just better right now. The only thing you say that the Dolphins definitely have is, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
And they're big. Those are 2 very good guys.
He's getting some looks
in terms of how they play. But it's Thursday too. And the Bills got to travel, right? They got like the away team always has the disadvantage on Thursday Night Football.
Could be Panthers.
4 games after. It can go either way. It's a division game, but I think the Bills will win.
Yeah,
it'll probably be kind of weird and ugly.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bills right this second. Mostert being out because Achane he's good or was he weak to day to day? He is. Okay, hold on. Game time decision for Achane. They don't have either of those guys.
Oh, yeah, but who's their rookie? Who'd they draft? I've talked about him like 10 times. I just can't remember names anymore. Is he? What is he?
Jeff Wilson.
Jalen Wright.
No, it's Jalen Wright. Yeah, Jeff Wilson from the 49ers. I forgot.
Yeah, Wilson been around.
I forgot he's still on that team.
Yeah, Jalen Wright, I think is very good. Did he have any? I don't think he had any injury issues. That was, I think, the Cardinals.
Would be treated like Daniel Jones? No, I don't think so. Burrow would get chewed up a lot by the media, but no, it's Joe Burrow and Daniel Jones. I don't think are comparable quarterbacks. I don't think so. I don't think there is as much NYC to blame. Again, you're blaming people you look at the front office.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Joe Burrow's played at an elite passing level. Jones never did that.
Correct.
That's pretty easy.
He needs a great run game.
If Achane doesn't go, people should be. Well, I guess I don't know how much they'll use Jalen Wright, but he could be a difference maker easy for the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's the thing. When Jeff Wilson went to the Dolphins, I was like, oh, because I remember him from the 49ers because he's another guy who ran all over the Packers. Yeah. And it was like, okay, but he's always gets like a good start. He's always pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out Jordan Mason. Also, I feel so bad because that whole
the fantasy things.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I knew since Friday I was going to start. And everyone's like, this is outrageous. And just like flip the desk. And then he's like, this is why I don't talk to the media, man. and it kind of robbed him of his moment because he had a great
game, and then everybody made him feel bad.
Yep.
And I'm sure, like, when all that came out, I was like, "What's the big deal?" I was like, "I'm sure Kyle Shanahan probably said, be ready to go. You might be playing a lot because we're not sure about McCaffrey." And I think McCaffrey was closer to a game time like decision. And also, if there's a little chance McCaffrey plays, but you're 99% sure he's not going to play, you don't rule him out then. Like, they were talking about it during the game, like the Jets hearing McCaffrey's out, probably not as worried about defending the run. Maybe that, like, there is a little gamesmanship there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing got blown way out of proportion.
I don't think you panic yet if you're the Titans. You just need to play out the rest of the, you need to play out a few more weeks. Because again, there's what teams are in trouble right now. The two teams that are in trouble for me are the Giants and the Panthers. Like, those were really bad performances. But, like, did other teams have bad performances? Absolutely. Yeah. But we're good. Like, I'm willing to see maybe the Panthers. I don't know what they do differently. I really don't know what they do. And they lost one of their best defensive players. Like, I don't know. Giants, maybe I don't know. Yes, that's gonna be. I hate to be it's over after week one. Those two teams they looked bad.
Yeah. One of them can bounce back. Yeah. I don't think either will, but
it's probably not week 12. Good God, that they might not air that. That's going to be a snuff film.
Is that supposed to be like?
You can't air that on broadcast television. That's not.
Oh, it's a sexual murder.
It's not good.
That's Sunday Night Football. That's supposed to be.
Oh God, I hope not.
What is Panthers Chiefs?
Oh please God, no. Because Panthers don't have any primetime games.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no, it's at 1 o'clock. Good. You hide it and
you bury it. You bury it.
Red Zone will go to it twice, and then they'll be like, "Yep, it's 55-0. We're done. We're done. No. Love does hurt.
Love
he's
hurts.
Getting better. Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
Power rankings. We got power rankings. Got to shoot them, edit them, upload them, but they will be out later.
There you go. Let's go. You spin that big old curse wheel again?
Oh, it getting spun. It gonna get spun. Ooh, I gotta. Oh no, that's perfect.
Power rankings today. I'll have predictions coming out later today. Chaotic Good Sports just had to be pushed a week back just because some guest issues. But yeah, that's going to be back 9/17, day after my birthday. We're going to rock with that. First 3 guests I'm very, very excited for. So it's going to be...
Are you having 3 guests on one show? Or
no, it's going to just... I booked the next 3. And it's 3 people I've never talked to before. So...
Tight.
It's going to be good.
Very cool.
It's going to be good. So yeah, we got predictions dropping later. Scripted Monday Night Football rankings from yesterday already dropped. So...
Nice.
We're going to rock. We're going to roll. We're going to get it. Bar recommendations in Boulder.
All the bars I used to go to are closed, so I don't know, Matt.
Any good, like, alleys? You just go.
Yeah. Is the Nitro strip club still down there by the old Chicago? The Sundowner, is that still there? The Sink? Is the Sink still there? I don't know. I haven't been to Boulder for a while. We used to go to the Walrus all the time, but that is closed.
Is the Walrus also a strip club?
No, it's a regular bar.
We
only went to the strip club once.
What is the branding for that?
Party. Not a strip club guy.
Okay. All right. Great gear. We have a Patriot. I have Carl from the East Saga. I have that for Patriots.
A Pats theme one?
Yeah.
Over at Benchwarmer Shop, we got the cursed logos. Hey. Not Pats related, obviously, but cursed.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. That is actually accurate. You ever been to Dave & Buster's?
Oh, I love it. Folks, thank you so much for what?
Maybe go to Chili's for some apps beforehand.
Scissors, paper, stone. It's rock, paper, scissors, folks.
Scissors, papyrus, graphite.
Where did graphite come from? Folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. We'll be back on Friday. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. You've been navigated. Let's go.
Anh nhảy thì chạy cái